And other drama on Twitter with WrestleMania. You've been seeing this, Tyler? Did this spread to Instagram where you hang out? Apparently, AEW is under fire from their 33,000 fans that saw that countdown video to their biggest match because AEW is going after everyone. I thought it was just Bleedies on Twitch. I thought it was just me when I got Sammy suspended, but now there's a delayed attack on the rest of the YWC. All Elite Wrestling is copyright taken down. The likes of Great One and WrestleMania and all the other people who could never reinvent themselves as TAN WFS. If they tried to make a format like this, Tyler, they couldn't even think of the color, let alone the scheme that comes with it. They'll never do a long-form talk show. They're stuck stealing clips their whole life, and they know the dream is over once this new apocalypse hits them. Hit me a year ago, Tyler. I'm always a trendsetter. I'm always ahead of my time, and I don't even need a YouTube channel. They do. So I'm just posting laughing GIFs from Goodfellas. I'm loving watching these idiot kids trying to even figure out what a copyright takedown is. I saw one channel that I've never heard of tweet, okay, upon further, as more evidence is seen, it appears that, listen to this is really what I saw. It appears that it may not be AEW doing this. It could be anybody using the name All Elite Wrestling Inc. doing this. So Tyler, the screenshots, their evidence was, they Googled All Elite Wrestling and screenshotted Wikipedia's first result that said the name of the company was only All Elite Wrestling. There was no ink under that. So it's somebody called being, how dumb are they? It's AEW. You're using their stuff. No one else would care. It's them. It's Nathan. What was the name of the guy that did it to Bleedies? What was his name, Tyler?
Nate Glass.
How do you guys remember everything? You're the best. Nate Glass. Sure, it might be somebody named Nate Glass pretending to be an All Elite Wrestling Inc. No, they're protecting their intellectual property, Tyler. And this is done through third parties anyway. So they finally got serious and found a real person that's going to enforce it. And now they're getting all this heat. Tyler, AEW is a company that caves to Twitter. When YouTubers go to Twitter and whine, are they just going to release all the copyrights, you think? Is it time for them to let me use their content too?
No, I don't think so at all. And I think that's amazing that that's actually going down right now. And that they're cracking down on all these shit YouTube channels. And now they're fucked, like you said. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, Great One had to delete all his AEW videos. He said he didn't know what else to do. I love this. YouTube sucks. You guys are figuring it out. Now, the scary part, what's really scary, and this has been happening for years, it's not on a mass level yet. They're trying to get the technology really out there, is when they start scanning podcast feeds and long-form episodes and going into archives, because that's where we hide our copyright stealing. Oh, man, we thought we were safe there. There's Blueberry, right? Yeah. All right, Tyler, a little bit of a backstory. Blueberry.com, we use that for our RSS feed. We should be using FeedBurner still, but that's Google, so it's better we're not. So Blueberry is run by a fat guy, and he hosted a show called Geek News or something. And War, my old show, once called into his show as Mark Maron because he had podcast awards. War was nominated for Mature Podcast of the Year in 2010 or something. And Mark Maron won. So I just called in as Mark Maron and did an acceptance speech. So we attacked his show. We did the best video about it. And then he banned me from the podcast awards. But the point is he has a show. The guy who runs Blueberry has this show. So I was listening to one recently. He's really fat and hasn't died yet. His heart's still in there. And he was talking about how he deals with record labels and how they really are breathing down his neck. And the pressure's really on him as a podcast aggregating service to start punishing people, or else he has to pay these things. So I listened to one of these shows recently where he's exploring options he has and what he might have to do and what the penalties will be. And oh my God, dude, it's scary that these fucking idiots are in charge and they're getting scared because the deep state's coming at them. Basically, Big Tech wants Alt Tech gone, and Big Tech picked the new president, and Big Tech's now in the transitioning team, and Big Tech runs your life. And now if you like things like BitChute or DLive or Subscribestar, we're going to pass legislation to make sure they're even more handicapped and fucked. And now, even that's related, but now podcast feeds, Tyler, they're going to take our livelihood again. They love it. But I'm not scared. Should I be?
I don't think you should be, man. There's no way that they can stop you, man. No matter what platform or anywhere it is, you're going to be here.
I know. Tyler, I'm doing TWFS in the kitchen when I'm making tuna. I'm talking to you. You're not there, and I'm laughing. God, I cheer myself up thousands of times a day. I would be dead without TWFS in my mind. So, Tyler, we ran down SmackDown beginning to end. We got to explore the angst of teenage Twitter, of the YWC. WWE's not just the evil one anymore, Tyler. Now it's also the company we used to like a year ago. AEW's coming after people. See, Tyler, people with grit, people slammy winners for most grit. This isn't new. These are hurdles that have been jumped 1,000 times, and we just keep weathering storms and loving it. I'm sick. I'm disgusting, and I'm fucked up here, Tyler. I have fun. I like when things are not like they were yesterday. I love change. I want you to take my video that was making $285 a day by itself on top of the rest of the income, because now I get to find a new goal, Tyler, and it's the original one. Long-form broadcasting is what TWFS was always supposed to be. Also, Tyler, on top of running down SmackDown, on top of seeing all of this drama on Twitter, I got to look Shawn Michaels in the eye tonight. And I got to tell him I was at Faneuil Hall. I was in Boston when somebody threw a battery, and it wasn't me, and I wish I knew who did it. They'd be dead right now. And he touched me that day, Shawn Michaels did. And he was the best wrestler ever, and I remember it, Tyler.